Hi everyone, Christy here from my kitchen counter, and I realized last night I jumped on my main wall and shared a fantastic tip that I just learned about, and then realized some of y'all here in Christy's kitchen counter don't necessarily see my wall. So for those of you that have seen this last night, you can just scroll on down. But it is corn season, so corn is going to be even more plentiful in the next few weeks. So I wanted to give you some tips. A lot of times people will buy fresh corn in the grocery store. They even have trash cans there that you can sit and shuck the ears of corn right there in the grocery store. It takes a little while. It's a mess, but at least the mess is at the store and not brought home, right? And there are still times that there's some silk still on the corn that you bring home. But let me just tell you a couple things. First, before I show you the trick for taking the husks off, is how to pick corn. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna you'll see some dried out top, right? And that's very typical. But what you wanna do is you wanna feel right below that where it's yellow. It should be a little damp, even maybe a little sticky. If it's not, if it's too dried out, leave it there. It means the kernels are dried. If it's moist and sticky, then you can kind of feel the corn, and you'll be able to feel the plump kernels on that cob, okay? On that ear of corn. So that's what you wanna bring. So I bought 7 of them yesterday at the grocery store, and I didn't use them all last night. So they will stay fresher longer if you keep them in the husk. So you can just throw them in the fridge and they're good to go. So what I've done with 1 ear of corn is I put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Now, same deal, ones I got yesterday. I'm gonna take my knife and just cut the end off. You're gonna wanna cut more than just that little narrow piece. You're gonna wanna get up and cut like literally the very end of the corn off as well. Now, we all have, ooh, a little hot still. We all have that tube of toothpaste that you wanna kind of squeeze and get the very last bit out. This is kind of like that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, shut up. The crazy thing is, it's hot, is that all the silks are still in the husk. Crazy. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. You saw that took like 10 seconds, if even that long. Now, the thing I love about our oven mitts, first of all, they're silicone, so they're very easy to clean up. And they're cotton lined, so your hands don't get sweaty. So when you're dealing with hot corn on the cob, you wanna do that. Now, I also wanna show you this little gem. I have an order for some of these going in. There were several people on my timeline that wanted some, so I thought, okay, if you're local, I'll do a deal for you. On split shipping, and if you're long distance, I can do a deal for you on shipping too. So what I'm gonna do, I already have one done. I'm just gonna take, and this is one of those things too where if you like fresh corn and you love corn on the cob, my 16-year-old likes it better on the cob. But sometimes if you have braces or dental issues where you can't have it on the cob, or you just don't think you look pretty when you're eating it on the cob, you can take it off. Or maybe you have a recipe that calls for corn off the cob. This is a dream. Watch this, okay? I'm just gonna take and just like that. Do you see how easy? I should have shown you the teeth. Okay, it's a little hot. Probably should still have my gloves on. Ooh. Steaming, fresh. Now, what am I gonna do with this corn today? I'll show you here in a minute. But just like that, like 30 seconds or less. These stainless teeth are amazing. They just go right down that corn, much smoother and safer than any knife. This little shield kind of helps keep the corn from going all over. It just goes right down into your bowl. If you are gonna shuck your ears, this is great for just cutting down those husks. But why would you wanna do that? Now, just like that, I've got this fresh corn right off the cob. Now, a couple of things you can do too when you have corn. Or in this case, I have some ends of zucchini because I that wasn't very pretty. I spiralized the zucchini before I went live here. You can take these, put them in a freezer bag, and then once that freezer bag's full of like your ends and your cores of your veggies, you can boil it up and make a nice veggie stock for future use. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me put you around to my stove. What I've got here is I've got a zucchini that I spiralized earlier, and I have a little olive oil in it, and my bell pepper herb rub is my favorite rub on veggies, but I don't have any upstairs and I need to go back downstairs to get it. and I didn't feel like it. So I'm actually using our ranch popcorn seasoning. And let me just tell you, who doesn't love ranch on vegetables? And it smells really good right now. So I'm just gonna add my corn in with my zucchini. Because the corn was in the microwave, it is a little hot. But I'm just gonna saute it a little bit here in some olive oil and get some of that ranch seasoning on my corn as well. And then I'm gonna have a nice veggie lunch. If I had some grilled chicken, I could add that, but I don't need to. This is gonna be a nice lunch for me today. Maybe even more than a lunch. That's kind of a big zucchini. So anyway, I wanted to share my corn trick. I know a lot of you saw it on my wall if we're friends outside of this group, but I know some of you are connected with me just through this group, and I appreciate that. So let me know what you think. Was this new to you, or had you been doing this for years and just not sharing it yourself? All right, have a great Tuesday. Bye.